Good morning. Today's lesson is about rates and unit rate. Okay, a rate is a ratio of two quantities with different units of measure. So yesterday we learned about a ratio is comparing two quantities through division. Today, a rate is a special kind of ratio. So for example, it costs $3.95 for 2 pounds of grapes. So notice one unit of measure is money and the second one is pounds. So it's comparing cost to the number of pounds. So those are two different units. A unit rate is a rate where the denominator is 1 unit. So for example, it's $3.95 for 2 pounds of grapes, but how much is it for 1 pound of grape? To find a unit rate, you divide straight down. So for example, if it's $3.75 for 25 pounds of M&Ms, you would take 3.75 divided by 25. Remember when you're dividing to bring your decimal straight up from the dividend into the quotient at the top. If you get a remainder, remember to add a zero, bring down a zero, and divide again, because you can't have a remainder when you're doing decimals. So when I took $3.75 divided by 25, I got 15 cents. So the unit rate is 15 cents for 1 pound of M&Ms. Okay. Equivalent ratios. Equivalent means equal. And remember, you can find equivalent ratios by multiplying or dividing the top and the bottom number of the fraction by the same number. So if I have 16 over 1, it is equivalent to 32 over 2, because if I take 16 times 2, I get 32. And if I take 1 times 2, I get 2. So as long as you're multiplying or dividing both numbers on the fraction by the same number, you get an equivalent ratio or an equivalent fraction. So for example, if I said I got $12 for every hour that I babysat, how much money would I make in 5 hours? My ratio setup would look like 12 over 1 equals something over 5. So then the way we figure out the answer is we ask, what did we do to 1 to get to 5? And because I multiplied 1 times 5 to get 5, I'm going to multiply 12 times 5, and that's how I get my answer of 60. So you would make $60 for babysitting for 5 hours. So again, if you look down here, you're saying, what did I do to the 1 to get 5? Notice I multiplied by 5. If I multiply the bottom by 5, I have to multiply the top by 5, and that's how I get 60. So let's take a look at your workbook pages for today. On question number 1, it says a box of oat cereal costs $3.90 for 15 ounces. So in your spiral notebook, because you're not going to have room to do it all here, do it in your spiral notebook. You're going to take $3.90 divided by 15 ounces to get the unit rate of how much it costs for 1 ounce. Then it says a box of cereal costs $3.30 for 11 ounces. So again, in your spiral notebook, you're going to take $3.30 divided by 11 to get the cost for 1 ounce of rice cereal. Once you have both of those unit rates, you're going to compare to see which cereal costs less per ounce. So question number 1 is going to take you probably a whole page, because you got to do this division to get the unit rate, this division to get the unit rate, and then see which one is cheaper, which one costs less per ounce. Pause the video until you're ready to go to number 2. Question number 2. Abby goes to the pool to swim laps. The graph shows how far Abby can swim over time. Use equivalent ratios to find how far Abby swam in 7 minutes. So if I look down here and I look at my first dot, she can swim 50 meters in 1 minute. So you're going to write 50 over 1 in your spiral notebook. Then you're going to put that equal to something over 7. So 50 over 1 equals empty box over 7. And then you ask yourself, what did I do to 1 to get 7? And do the same thing on top to get how many meters she can swim in 7 minutes. Question number 3. A rabbit runs 35 miles per hour. That's the unit rate, 35 to 1. Select the animals who run at a faster unit rate. So again, we divide to find unit rate. So for A, you take 100 divided by 2 to get the unit rate for the reindeer and see if it is more than 35. For part B, you're going to take 80 divided by 2 to see how fast the ostrich runs and see if that is more than 35. For part C, you're going to take 90 divided by 3 to see how fast the zebra runs, see if it's faster than 35. And for part D, you're going to divide 36 divided by 3. So again, question number 3 is going to take up a lot of paper in your spiral notebook. Pause until you're ready to look at number 4. Okay, on question number 4, again, we're comparing unit rates, so we're going to be doing a lot of dividing. So a can of vegetable soup costs $2.88 for 12 ounces. So divide that in your spiral notebook to get the cost for 1 ounce. A can of chicken soup costs $2.25 for 9 ounces. So again, divide that in your spiral notebook to get the unit rate for 1 ounce of chicken soup. And then see which soup is cheaper per ounce. So again, lots of paper. Pause until you've done all that division in your spiral notebook before you go to number 5. Okay, question number 5. Again, we want to use equivalent ratios. So you look at my chart and it's 60 meters in 1 minute. So you're going to write 60 over 1 equals blank box over 7 because they want to know how far he can run in 7 minutes. So set up equivalent ratios and then say, what did I do to 1 to get 7? And do the same thing on the top. Question number 6. A corner grocer sells apples for $1.19 per pound. So $1.19 to 1 is the unit rate. So divide to find unit rate for each of these. Again, it's going to take you a whole page. Take 250 divided by 2 to get the unit rate and see if it is lower than 119. Do the same thing for each one. Do long division for each one to get the unit rate. Make sure you do all of your work in your spiral notebook. Pause the video until you're ready to go on to the next page. Okay, so for question number 1, to get unit rate, I took $3.90 divided by 15, and I got a unit rate of 26 cents per ounce. For the rice cereal, I took $3.30 divided by 11, gave me a unit rate of 30 cents per ounce. So notice the oat cereal was cheaper because 26 is less than 30. Question number 2, I set up equivalent ratios. 50 over 1 equals something over 7. And then I ask myself, what did I do to 1 to get 7? Notice I multiplied by 7. Whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do on the top. So 50 times 7 is 350. For question number 3, again, I take my unit rate for my rabbit, and then I divide 100 divided by 2 for the reindeer. The reindeer runs 50 miles per hour. So yes, the reindeer is faster. For the ostrich, I took 80 divided by 2, so the ostrich runs 40 miles per hour, so yes, that is faster. For the zebra, I took 90 divided by 3, and I got 30 miles per hour. That is not more than 35, so that's a no. And for the squirrel, 36 divided by 3 is 12, so that is not more than 35. On question number 4, I took the price divided by the ounces to get the cost per ounce, and so for vegetable soup, I got 24 cents per ounce. For chicken soup, again, divide the cost by the number of ounces, and you get 25 cents per ounce. So notice the vegetable soup is cheaper. For question number 6, or question number 5, again, you have equivalent ratios, so 60 over 1 is equal to something over 7. So again, what do I do to 1 to get 7? Notice I multiply by 7. So 60 times 7 gives me 420. And then for question number 6, again, you divide to get unit rate. 250 divided by 2 is 125, so that is not cheaper than 119. 348 divided by 3 is $1.16, so that is, yes, cheaper than 119. $3.80 divided by 4 is 95 cents, so yes, that is cheaper. And then $5 divided by 4 is 125, so no, that is not cheaper. So if you have any questions about unit rates, email me and I'll be happy to help you. Have a great day.